Welcome to the good, the bad, and the sequel. This movie podcast where we're talking sequels, and we do it in two parts. The first, an interview with an actor or someone involved that made the film worth watching, and the second, a discussion of the sequel, what they got right, what they got wrong, and how it could have been better. Really hope you enjoyed last week's interview with actor Matthew Bennett, now photographer and still actor. He was recently on like CSI Toronto that they have up there, or oh no, it was Law and Order Toronto. So he's still in the acting game. In this week's sequel, K-9 PI, he plays an FBI agent, but you might have seen him on Battlestar Galactica, Orphan Black, Taken, a ton of other stuff. Great dude, loves acting. It was really cool to talk about his journey because he was kind of methodical, but he really did enjoy it. He talked about working with Corey Haim on Just One of the Girls, which is one of the titles they changed it to that we were going to do. But how can you not talk about Dooley and Jerry Lee? But before I talk about, like, is he the wingman for his dog and other things, I got to introduce you to my partner in this sequel watching journey, Jamie Riccardi. Jamie, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Doug. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I took your strategy because I've been busy. But B, I really wanted to go in blind and not know any of the back history. Like I have the VHS tapes of the first two, but I've never seen it.
You've never saw the first one?
I don't think I'm sure. Again, as a kid, that even though I played sports, went outside, I watched a lot of TV. Like I do, and I still do.
Did you see Turner and Hooch?
Oh yeah, I've seen Turner and Hooch. Yeah.
So I think K-9 came out like it's like one of those things where Volcano and Dante's Peak and
Yep.
all those movies, and I think Turner and Hooch and K-9 came out around the same time. I could be mistaken.
That makes sense.
But I mean, I haven't seen K-9 in a long time, but it's actually very funny. I mean, it was I think Jim Belushi at his prime. Red Heat. What was that other big movie he did? The funny movie?
Did the Real Men movie that you really
Real
like.
Men.
That wasn't a big movie.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
he was crushing
he was crushing it back then. So K-9 was very entertaining, and so I was surprised when you said. I mean, I knew they had a second one. I didn't see the second one. I definitely did not know they had a third one. So
yeah,
my biggest question is, before we even start, one. Is it the same dog from the first movie?
it's true. Timeline wise, like it'd be very rare to see a dog that's 15 maybe or 14 do these things.
Yes. So, which leads to my second question. So, if we're looking at like the movie as like a real life scenario, if he's retiring now, how old is that dog?
I know.
Because I mean, like, if we're talking dog years and human years and he's retiring, that dog should have been dead already.
Oh no, he's 84 at least. You had to think the first one's got to be 88, 89. This movie's 2002.
Okay, so right, no, but I'm saying movie line, like, so from the first movie to now.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they were gonna throw a line in for people like us that were like, "Hey, that dog should be dead."
But because I mean, if you watch the first one, he doesn't look close to retiring, right? I mean, honestly, he doesn't look that close. I mean, he looks pretty good. I mean, for the movie coming out, he still looks the same. And I was just saying,
about Belushi or the dog?
Well, the dog looks great for his age. But, I got to tell you, for a direct-to-DVD movie that I've never heard of, it was entertaining.
It was.
And I think a large part of it is, again, I know the first movie, they played it very similar to the first movie. Like it didn't miss a beat. Like the bonding, the way Jim Belushi does it, I feel like he still had it. Like he still had that charm that he has, but the sarcasm that he has, and I think that's what made it work. I think it literally, if you didn't tell me it was straight to DVD, I would think it could have been in the theater. Like with the other ones. I think With that being said, I have a problem with the ending, like the villain, because I think she was good to look at. She was an awful actress.
She was really bad,
really bad.
Like terrible. That it gave away the whole thing. Like you could tell right away. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, her acting was awful, but like I thought something else. I thought was going to be too obvious that they were going to be the villains, and they weren't. And I think that's where I thought the villains would go until I met her, and I'm like, oh, it's obvious. But still,
right.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that was my main question. How old is Jerry? In this movie world?
Yeah. But it's so funny. Before we started recording, we were talking about like Billy Bob, how he always like nails lines. Belushi's always good too. Like I'm thinking in my head, like even when he shows up for a few minutes, like in Jingle All the Way, when he's going to buy and he's like the Santa Claus that's kind of like crooked, he he's a phenomenal
Oh,
actor.
he's
Like he's really good comedic
well, that
wise. According to Jim was on for a long time.
I never watched that show,
I didn't either, but I
but it
it
was on
must
for a
be
long
good.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I mean, like, that's why the movie, I feel like, didn't miss a beat with the first one because Jim really, like, he plays it well, and, listen, he literally has his lines with a dog. He's acting alongside the dog and, like, having that relationship, that can't be easy to do. You know, he
Yeah.
he he literally talks to the dog like it's a human. So, like, the fact that he could steal these scenes and like, literally look like he has this relationship with his dog, that just shows you how good he is,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
I
no,
watched
absolutely.
like this behind the scenes featurette just before we started recording on YouTube, and I was like skipping around to see like parts that Belushi was talking, and he talked about like the way he wanted this movie shot was always like him and the dog in frame because he really wanted people to know about the relationship because that's what it is, them like looking out and caring for each other, because there's some scenes that are really silly, like where he's caring for Jerry Lee, like, oh man, come on.
Yeah.
And then the opposite, and Jerry Lee's like thinking about him and worrying about him.
Well, so let me give you a little bit, since this doesn't happen too often. Usually, I don't see the movies at all, and then it's a brand new, and you usually know about the older movies. So, since you didn't see the first one, give you an idea how he gets Jerry Lee, right? So he's, there. He's. I think he needed I don't know if it was a drug villain or something, but he goes to Ed O'Neill, who's the
Oh, I do
dog.
know that.
He's the dog handler, who gives him Jerry Lee, who's an absolute beast. Like no one wants to take him because he's just,
Yeah.
like, tears things up, and, like, so the whole movie, he's basically arguing with Jerry Lee the entire time. Like,
Oh, that's
Jerry Lee's
cool.
helping him, but they're not getting along. Like, even when he's, like, trying to be alone with his woman, the woman loves Jerry Lee, he gets involved. I think there's a point where he, like, handcuffs Jerry Lee to, like, the steering wheel and he rips it off, and, like, it's literally like they don't get along at all.
That's
And
amazing.
something else happens in this movie. The French poodle, that
Yes.
was his love interest from the first movie, a French poodle.
Oh.
That's why he didn't find the other one attractive. Do you
Oh,
understand? Like,
I get it.
so that makes it a little more.
That
So,
was a
but
little
yeah,
creepy
so
when they were making faces at each other,
oh,
like,
well,
that's
there's
a
a
good
lot of
looking
creepy
one, Jerry.
there's a lot of creepy ones in this. We'll get there.
Yes.
But so that was their relationship. So my question is, do policemen take home the police dogs?
There
And,
are,
like,
I know two cops that when they retired, they took the dog home, or when the dog retired, they took him home.
okay, okay.
I guess that would be a bond. You got to think if like how many cops use that dog? Is the dog just working one shift?
Well,
Right?
if you based on the
Does the
first
dog get
movie,
paid?
well, that's what I'm
Somebody's
saying.
got
Well, is a dog in SAG?
to.
I
It's the
mean,
dog.
it's
So speaking of the dog, real quick, there was a huge search for this dog. His name is Rando, and he is from West Germany. It took 2 years
to find the right
to
dog.
find the perfect dog because he could do 125 actions.
That's amazing.
That's
That's
nuts.
amazing.
And you really think about it when you watch it, like when they're doing when he's mimicking, when they're working out and he's holding the weight, and it's like there's so many of these things that he's doing and the dog's doing the same thing. It's pretty good. It makes it even better because we talk about like when bad puppets, I'm not gonna say Munchie, but other ones that we've talked about, and they're like not moving well, and you're like, this is terrible. And even with dog movies too, you have a dog that's not really interactive.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
trying to like make it with camera moves, but he does some cool stuff in this movie.
Well, that's the whole point. Like that, like I said before, like he's like a human character in this movie, and that's why I would definitely recommend the first one, because to really see that how they started, like his and the way Dooley is, like it's very funny because again it's like one of those movies where he hates him in the beginning, and then he learns to love him at the end of the movie. I mean, there's a scene where he fakes an injury, the dog, and Jim Belushi's all upset and everything. Oh, it's great. It's and you see the dog like peeking, like seeing
That's
him like
awesome. I gotta
upset, like.
watch that.
Yeah, so, like, it's amazing, like, what they do in these movies, and that's why I think they're good. I mean, I'd almost be curious to see the second one now, just because, I the
Yeah.
first one's great. The first one really is good, so it's definitely worth watching.
No, I got it. No, definitely have to. All right, cool.
Okay.
So let's get started with the movie. So this is a quick title card. Again, I think a lot of straight to TV, DVD, VHS, that's what it was. But we get Belushi again. Dude, is it in his contract that he has to play a harmonica? Because he does it
Well,
twice in 5 minutes.
before that though, we have to watch a homeless guy's feet coming out of his boot first for a while.
Oh, I know.
Which, I mean, was pretty gross. Like, I'm like, why are we looking at this? Like, it made no sense that we had to follow
Yeah.
this homeless guy's feet first. But yeah, he's playing the harmonica, like really, like, I'm sure he wrote that in there. Let me show him my skills.
Like really
So
good. Like
yeah.
homeless. If there was a homeless guy playing harmonica that good, I'd be like, all right, where's the hidden cameras? This isn't a real homeless guy. Jimmy Fallon, are you there? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, dude. So now the
But
bank robbers again. He seems to always be at the right. I know he's kind of on a stakeout at this point. Like, because again, I didn't know, was he going to become a PI? Did he become a PI at the end of the second movie? Because I didn't watch the trailer for this. So when we see those guys, I'm thinking he's a PI at this point.
yeah, but he
And
was ready to go home. So he wasn't. He was on a different stakeout, right? Because he said, "All right, Jerry Lee, let's go. We're ready to go home." So, like,
that's
I
what,
think
I know
the bank.
that's what's confusing. They had it set up because obviously there's a setup for what happens where he like really like
No,
if that
no, but
really happens.
see, I don't think it was. I think he was there for something else, undercover for something else, because I think the bank was a random thing. I think it was like he just happened to be in the area at the right
What do you
time,
mean the
and he
bank that
saw
ran
that.
it? The whole thing was about no. The scene is where he's sitting there, and I think his
Yeah,
guys that he worked with told him to look for something, and then he was following them.
yeah, but he
And
was
then that's
leaving.
he walks into the surprise party.
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, duh, I forgot about the surprise party. All
Yeah,
right, duh. All right,
yeah.
never mind. All right.
Well, wait,
Yeah,
where he pulled a gun on a party
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
people, and then
yeah,
was like,
yeah, yeah,
oh.
yeah, yeah. No, okay, I forgot about that. Okay,
And
all
then
right.
I was like, oh, let's just have a party. So they set that whole stake up just to be able to get him into there. Dude, this whole how about with the toy they got him because they were saying goodbye? Like, oh, you're gonna retire. Both of you are retiring, and they get they get Jerry Lee a remote control cop car, and he picks it up with his teeth.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, I thought he was in a. Well, he threw it away.
He
He
did,
picked it up
yeah.
and threw it away. I thought he was gonna like break it because that's it again. That's what he does in the first movie. Like anything, like I think there's a part in the movie where he chews a bowling ball in half. Like or no, not a bowling ball. I'm sorry, a pool ball like that. One of the bad guys throws, and Jerry Lee catches it in his mouth and then crushes it. So I thought he was gonna do that with the cop car. I thought he was gonna crush it, but he threw it away instead. Which is pretty funny.
Well, he's amazing with his teeth that he uses later, which is pretty wild. But yeah.
Okay, okay. You know what? Listen, I think I could deal with a lot of the stuff he does in this movie. I can't. That one thing he does later on is like so ridiculous.
I
Like
know.
it's funny that he was trying to train him for that, but the fact that he does it, that's the only thing that made me be like, oh come on, really? Like
Yeah.
it should have been like a walkie-talkie at least, like a button,
Yes.
like step on it, like something like an intercom, not dialing or I mean, I can't. All right,
Yeah.
we're not there yet, but that's okay.
Yeah, speed dial. Why didn't they just have him? Oh, well, he
I don't
was
know.
on speed dial, right? He was number one on speed dial.
How about like just leave the phone on the whole time? Just call him.
Right?
I mean, like, I mean, we're not there yet, but like, yeah, have him say, listen, I'm going in now. I'm going to leave you on the phone here with Jerry Lee. And if he barks, come down. Very
Yeah.
simple. Instead, no, let's teach him to dial.
Yeah, and then some guy, hey man, oh man, it's probably a crank call. It's just a dog barking.
Well, I was going to see, it would have been funny if he'd like dialed and you hear Tony's Pizza. Like he dialed like the wrong,
That
he
would've
dialed
been
the
good,
wrong
right?
number.
That would have been really good. So the one guy, I didn't write down his name and I wanted to pull the clip, but I didn't have time, was the guy who leans over and I forgot what he says. You really going to retire? He was like that bald black guy. He's the same guy from Happy Gilmore. That's one of the movers with Will Sasso.
Oh,
He's like,
yes,
double
you're
or
right.
nothing. I bet
Yeah,
you
you're
can't
right.
do it. But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has like the same like sassiness.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
And they get completely shit faced. This is like the most shoehorned in,
Oh
lazy
my
way to get to that I've ever seen. Like, this is like a Rube Goldberg, but in a movie. So he gets so shit faced with his dog. They're sharing a cup,
which
a
is
pint.
okay. Okay, first of all, the stuff that Jerry Lee eats in this and drinks in this movie is can't be good for dogs. I mean, he eats
I
prunes
know.
at one point, and
How
dogs
is
can't
he
have grapes.
15? How
They
is
can
he
bring,
15?
he can't. You can't. I mean, drinking beer is that good for dogs? I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
So it would have been funny if they showed him like the dog drunk, Jerry Lee like wobbling a little bit, and like
Yeah.
like they should have showed something like that because I mean because Jim Belushi was pretty hammered.
Yeah, and woke up with one of those Maltese dogs that have all the wrinkles, and Jerry Lilly goes,
Oh my
"Roo."
god! See, we just wrote a whole thing. If he walked one of the ugliest dogs possible, and you see him like look at the dog and run out of there, that would have been great. Just
Yeah, I want another one. They need to make another one of these movies. Why not?
I'm with it. I'm there.
It would be
I'm there.
great. So now we get. Oh yeah, so he's shit faced. They tell him, "Hey, you gotta get out of there. Bar's closing." He goes, "Hey, let's go sleep it off." And I'm thinking, "Oh, he's gonna go sleep it off, like maybe at the station or somewhere." He's sleeping in his car where he gets woken up by, which I've never seen before, like jet water shooting street sweepers, I guess, on like a really crappy road, not like a main road in the city, like a crappy side road, which wakes them up.
And, well, why would you? I mean, listen. First of all, he drives around in a convertible in the shadiest areas
Oh, I
throughout the
know.
city. Like, I mean, like there's. I mean, I would think if I live in a city, convertible's probably the worst car to have. Like,
Yeah.
like I mean, like, and he like literally, there's a scene where he's the only car in the street going sneaking into a underground nightclub. Whatever, like a creepy
Oh
thing.
my god, dude.
Like
What was that?
his car's gonna be there when he gets out.
Yeah.
Full intact. Like it's not gonna be ripped apart. Like yeah. I mean, to have a convertible in the city is stupid. So yeah.
Okay, but then so he gets woken up. Remember, he was just shit faced at last call. So this is. Did they say where this movie I'm guessing it's Illinois. Is
No,
there
I
any
think it's
marker ever?
no. I think it's. I thought it was New
Oh no, I'm
York.
sorry. They filmed it in San Diego. No, it's
No,
on the
but
West Coast. Because
are you
remember they have
sure?
that. Yeah, they filmed it in
No,
San
because
Diego.
I thought they mentioned like either Jersey or something else, like upstate New York. They
Really?
mentioned something. I could be wrong. I thought it
I'm
was New
gonna
York,
check real quick
but
because I know it was filmed
all
in
right.
San Diego. Let's see. Where is this movie set?
All right.
This is the fourth movie. Wait, so there's 3 K-9 movies before PI? I
I
thought
don't
this
think
is the
so.
third one. That's what it says
I
on
don't.
IMDb.
I don't know about that. I think IMDb is wrong. Is Jim Belushi in all of them?
Oh
There
yeah,
is no K-9
if he's in the
without.
fourth one.
Wait, this is the fourth one. Or is the third one?
Yeah, and there's a movie called K911. So the whole series goes K9. Wait, what? There's one called. Oh my god, dude! There's no way that's a real sequel.
What?
There was a
Wait, is
movie
Jim?
that somebody put on IMDb. No, he's not. It's a movie called K9000, written by Steven D'Souza, who wrote Die Hard, but it has
Okay.
nothing to do with this movie. But somebody snuck it in.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
hilarious.
All right.
But
That's
anyway, let's see
ridiculous.
where this movie's set. I thought it was San Diego.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't have
guess.
it. But it's a 0% on Rotten Tomato. Do you know that? Shocking, right? This movie, I'm saying. You don't think that's shocking? 0%?
Oh, zero. I'm sorry. I was thinking. So zero. It got zero.
It only has 6 reviews. So again, this movie's straight to.
And Son of the Mask got like 25, 30.
No, I don't think it's that high.
To me,
But
I thought it was.
yeah,
But, okay.
okay.
Some of the things, the interaction is great. And for it to be a zero, I think that's a little
Lame.
ridiculous.
I know, lame. But again,
So,
back
okay.
to the real life Rube Goldberg.
Okay.
So that happens. He drives drunk. He's like, all right, I'm good to drive. He starts driving. Oh man, I'm out of gas. He's out of gas. He pulls over, and while he's like yelling at himself, Jerry Lee sees he looks over, and there's nothing. Right? You don't really see anything. It's just, hey, what's going on, Jerry Lee? He can smell dead bodies.
You have no. Well, this is why he hired him.
Yeah.
He had he needed. I'm telling you, like his senses, like that he could do and smell and what is insane. Like he literally is a super cop. Jerry Lee's a super
Yeah.
cop. And yeah, so yeah, he could smell the dead body. Well, he's a dog. I mean, don't they have a great sense of
Dogs
smell?
can smell fresh blood that quick. Oh, this is weird.
What's
So he
weird?
goes past somewhere that somebody has a paper cut.
Oh, Well, don't dogs every time they see I think they're, like, kinda like vampires. Every time they see blood, don't they lick it right away? Like, if you have a
Do they?
they do. If you had a okay, you've had dogs, right? That
I
if
have
they
dogs. I don't
okay.
I don't I
Y
don't I remember
so you've
showing
never
them
had
my
it
wounds.
you never showed them a wound and they just lick it right away?
Next
Supposedly their
wound,
saliva
next wound. Hey,
you got
bear, come here.
li supposedly their saliva is supposed to be good for the wound or something.
Huh.
I don't know, that could be an old wives' tale, but they do
Man in
lick it.
Annandale dies from dog lick.
Where is he licking? It's I mean, if you're gonna have a title like that, you better have a little bit more detail of where the dog is licking. Because I mean,
They want the
because
click. You gotta click. You gotta
there
click.
okay, there's 2 jobs in this movie, career, whatever, that I didn't know I don't know if they're real jobs, and if one of them is, I'm shocked.
Oh, I know you're gonna talk about it.
Okay, so
We'll
I
get
mean
we'll get to we'll
yeah,
get
we'll
there
get
pretty
there.
quick.
I know.
So now they're out of gas. He smells the blood. They go over. They see the security guard at like the micro labs. Which again, this is 2000, so everything's microchips.
Yep, yep.
So the bad guys actually have pretty good masks, but dude, again, like the
But
one bad guy gets pissed off, right? And he kills the other guy because he drops the thing.
so well, I mean, you watch this guy later on, he is pretty crazy.
He is, yeah.
And, you know, and that's part of what I was disappointed with because I think he played a pretty good bad guy. Like, the way he kinda left and it was
I
changed over to
know.
someone else, it was kinda lame. Like, I to me, he should have stayed the bad guy, right? But what's with, like and a lot of these movies always have, like, some weird masks that, like, you know,
Yeah.
like, this was a weird mask. Like, what happened to just putting, like, a ski mask on? Like,
I
now
think
it's
people
like
want to stand out and nail that mask because just think again, I know it's something that everybody tries to replicate and they do it in movies sometimes. There's like whatever. The dead presidents from
Point Break.
again, the Point Break, yeah,
Yeah.
but, like, they wanna be like, "Oh, we're gonna be the people that have this new thing," and it just looked weird, but it was
It
2
did look
guys pulling
yeah.
off, like, this huge operation to steal, like, these 4 microchips that are prototypes, like, we find out later in the movie from, Dooley's buddy, that this is, like, technology that's 10 years into the future, so he can be, like, a millionaire because of it. So they're gonna send 2 guys in to do this?
And how'd they get it in? They only had 1 security guard?
Well, no, there's
Protecting
another guy
this?
dead too. There
Oh,
was a guy
okay.
in the front, the next guy, but this should have been more, of
But
course.
still, I mean, if this is a high-tech security, you know, thing that they're stealing, you know, I would think it would be way more protected. And you
Yeah.
would need more than just 2 guys. Like, this is not a 2-guy job, you know, and they made it a very easy they made it look like it was very easy to do.
But we find out later, which is another thing that's disappointing with the ending, is we didn't find out. I would love to have known how it happened. All they did was mention one line, and then that is explain the whole movie, like the whole reason of the movie, like how they knew how to get in the micro labs place, and like the fire, you an insurance adjuster. It was like, oh,
Yeah, yeah. No, that was my like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, how'd they get in there? All this, like,
yeah,
it was like but we got there towards the end of their crime anyway, right? You know, so,
yeah.
like, again, there was a lot of details missing, but again, even when they were, like, running away, like, they didn't seem like the top-notch criminals that should be taken, you know, that are doing this crime, you know? So yeah, it was very weird. And again, you're right. The fact that he killed him, you're right now, you have a security or you have a policeman who you think and a dog, and you don't know who else is there. You don't know if there's any other cops there. Wouldn't it be better to have 2 people trying to
Yeah,
escape
right.
than to try to escape yourself? Now you have 2 guns. You have, like, you know, you can help you. No, like, I mean, like, escape by yourself, that's a gamble this guy took.
Yeah. And then Jerry Lee eats the microchip. He's like, "Oh, what's that?" And he eats the
So,
microchip.
okay. So Jim Belushi didn't see him do that.
No.
So how did Jim Belushi know he had it?
Well, he only knew it because he started pooping everywhere.
But he didn't
When
know
he was
what
pooping
was
and
it.
fart. No, he
No,
didn't know
no,
what it was, and then he took him into the
no.
doctors
Yeah, but he was holding when he was searching through his poop, he was looking for something. How did he know that Jerry Lee had something that was
because he
important
went
to
and
the
got a
case?
no, he went and got a scan. He went to the vet, and they did a scan, and he goes, "I don't know what this square could be."
Oh, I
And
forgot
then
about
when he
that. Oh,
finally pooped it out,
all right,
then
all
that's
right.
what he went, "Boop, that
All right,
thing
all right.
still works?"
Okay. And that was gross, by the way, that bag he had.
Oh my god, dude. How about when they were escaping and they were going into like the nearby factories? They ran into like a
Oh,
laundry factory, and then one was like just sheets. It was just like
that
long
knocked him out, that
sheets.
he was knocked
Yeah,
out. That's
yeah,
yeah, like, that whole scene was, like, just and no one else called the cops, like, I mean, well, I guess they came afterwards, but, like, it took that long for the cops to get there. Like,
oh, I
the
know, and the
workers
cops
that
pointed at
were
him.
there, you would have thought that, like, they immediately, as soon as they left, they would have called right away. The cops should have been, they're in the city. Cops are everywhere.
And then
They
he's
got there at the
retired,
end.
remember? So he just retired the night before. So they're like giving him the business over this whole thing. Like, oh yeah, you're retired. Hey.
See, but isn't this the same thing in every movie? Like, guys that are super cops, guys that have solved so many, big cases, the minute something, like, points at their direction, they never give them the benefit of the doubt. It's always like, "Oh, see, it pointed, do it like do it." He lost his license.
Yeah,
They thought he was part of the case because his, all, like, didn't doesn't his track record show that, this guy's a good cop? He's not involved in anything bad. Like, it never
yeah.
works on it. Like, they, like, look at Martin, the Riggs. They're always pointed at Bruce Willis. They're never, their past experiences are never credited to the present where they are now.
Yeah, they forget, especially McLean. It's more like Riggs and them don't get in trouble for like causing all damage. It's like,
They
all right,
worked in the
2 days.
streets.
They did. They were
They did the
crossing guards
traffic.
for
They're
for a
crossing
week.
guards. A
For
week?
like two.
I think it was like 3 days, 3 hours, and then, like, they started shooting.
Yeah.
Rick started shooting the guy, so it didn't last long. But I mean, like, first of all, I mean, that would have been a great crossover. You have McLean with the Riggs, and like, how great
And
would that have
Dooley?
been? I'll t- that yeah, that would throw Dooley in there. That's a great combination. And
Yeah.
while you're at it, you might have throw Action Jackson in there.
Oh my god, dude, that would have been cool. All those guys all together. God.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I like the FBI agents, like obviously our
Oh,
guest, Matthew Bennett, and the other
yep.
guy, really
He's
great
in every.
actor, dude. Kevin
He's in.
Durant is like,
Yeah, and you
holy
could tell,
shit.
like, this is his early stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought they were the bad guys. I thought they were the guys.
Oh, okay.
I thought they were right off the bat, because just the way they were acting, and, like, I guess the angle they went with was funny, because they really played two idiot FBI
They were,
agents.
yeah.
But I mean, I also could have seen them as the villains, like they're the ones in the masks and other like, part of behind the whole thing, and yeah. But yeah, Kevin Durant, that was a young Kevin Durant, because he's, first of all, he's a huge guy. I mean, he's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So no,
Plays
yeah,
always like a great like bad guy,
he
either like
does.
Russian. Like he was
Yeah.
great in the Strain TV series on FX. No, he's good, man.
Oh,
And then how
did you see
yeah.
did you see the movie where they kidnapped the girl, the ballerina? She's a young girl, and then she turns out to be a vampire.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. That just
Oh.
came out, right? Like
Yeah, well, it
yeah.
came out a couple years ago. It was actually
Oh,
very
okay.
funny. But Kevin Durant's in
Annabelle
there.
or
Annabelle,
Anna?
and
Mhm.
Kevin Durant's in there. Oh, is it Kevin Durant? No,
Kevin
Durant.
Durant, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. And he's in there, and it's a good. It's actually a funny movie. It's
Oh,
worth
cool.
watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check it out. I think it was on like Peacock, so no.
Yeah.
So now he just retired and he needs his pension. So that
Well,
he's
they took his pension away. They
broke,
took, so he has no
but
money.
he's broke that he's like, oh man, I don't know what we're gonna do. They froze it until the case is closed. So now
So
he's
he has
gonna have to
wait,
be a
okay,
PI.
but he has no money in the bank at all.
No, he asked guys for 100. Hey, can I get $100? Oh man, I don't know, man.
Well, first of all, how quickly his coworkers turned on him in seconds.
Yeah.
But it's the way he, like, if he said, "Listen, I need money. They took my pension." He just grubbly, like a grub. Would you say, like, he didn't even say why. He just said, "Can I have $800 or $500?" Like, like,
Yeah.
it.
And
I
the one
think
guy's excuse is like, "Oh man, my wife's birthday's coming up," and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, don't worry, get her something nice." Not so he only has $300 left. Too.
And you're talking about, he just lost his pension right now. So if
Yeah,
he has no money, and the pension was
he has
gonna,
last
like,
week's paycheck, right? He should have
Of
this week's paycheck.
oh, okay. Even if he did have last week's paycheck, why does he only have a paycheck? His house is nothing spectacular. He's like, I mean, he's a single guy who, like, he doesn't spend a lot of money, so he hasn't saved any money all this time.
It's not.
What is he spending it on? Because
They should have
clearly
made
it's
him
not,
like kind of a drunk or something. Because
Well,
yeah, he doesn't. He got drunk at
no,
the party, but it didn't seem like that.
no. So I mean, I know dog food could be expensive. So maybe that's what, although he doesn't feed him. I don't think he feeds him any dog food in this whole movie. He feeds him I think he feeds him everything but dog food.
Oh, yeah, to get him to poop, yeah. So I love that they're not helping him with money, but they offer him ideas, and the one guy's like, "Hey, do you still have your PI license?" And then it was like, and then you're thinking he's gonna go with that, and then what is it? His idea? No, I'm gonna breed my dog.
Okay, he heard that from somewhere. Where did he? Oh no, someone told him, right, at the park. Was it at the park? No. Where
Um.
where did he hear about it? Was that on the radio or something?
Oh, I don't know
I
what
forgot.
started
Okay,
it.
okay. So first of all, how creepy he was pimping his dog out at the park,
Oh my
right?
god, yeah.
Okay. But is there such a thing as a guy that lines up female dogs for breeding?
The
Like
dates?
I don't
I
think that
don't
I
think
don't think
so.
that's a real job, first of all.
I
Like
hope
I
not.
because I mean, and like when you breed, you're kind of not mixing like breeds the way he had it. Like, I mean, it was such a pimp kind of scene that they were doing. It
Yeah.
was weird, you know.
What do you mean,
And
Maurice? Maurice's IMDb photo is from this movie. There's a big role for that guy. But
was it
how
really?
over the top
That's
he
the,
was.
but
Oh
that's
my
real.
god.
Well, he has a line in
That's
this
his
movie.
IMDb photo.
Okay. Well, we're here. I'm going to say it.
Is
So,
he gonna do it or what?
is he? Is there such a thing as a dog fluffer?
Oh, I know. He was gonna fluff him, right?
He was
He
gonna
asked
fluff
for
a
him to
dog.
get hard.
But
Get
he
your
said,
dog hard is basically what he
and if
said.
he can't do it, I can help him. I
Yeah.
mean, is that a thing though? Like for breeders, like is there a dog fluffer? Is that a
I
job?
guess he does both. He wears two different hats, uses
I
both
mean,
hands.
that was cringy, and then the fact that Jim Belushi was able to get that across to Jerry, and Jerry
Yeah.
understood.
That
He
was
understood
insane.
what that meant. I
You
mean,
better do it or that guy's gonna
it's I mean, I don't know. I just that kind of creeped me out. That was like, ugh. And then now I'm thinking like, is that a real job? I don't know.
Yeah.
Breeders, like do they put down like dog porn for like dogs that they get them in a mood? How does that work when you have two dogs that you're trying to breed? And like what if they're not interested right now? Or what if they're not like, like how do you get them in a mood?
You just keep I don't know, maybe there's some pheromones or something. But how about like just the montage of him going?
Oh,
So it was weird because you would think it would be the opposite, right? It would be like, oh, I want to get puppies for my female dog. So I'm gonna go do a montage of different male
right, right,
dogs.
right,
It
right.
was it was like him saying like, "Hey, my dog's ready to breed," and then all
It,
these different people are like, "Oh,
all these
please."
single dogs that can't find any dates, are
Weird.
desperate to find. It was like The Bachelor. It was The Bachelor for dogs.
It was, yeah. Ooh, they're making faces at each other. Jerry Lee's like covering his like the little dog. He was like laughing, like, "I'll kill that
Oh
thing."
my gosh. Yeah, I think Jerry Lee should get like some kind of award because he literally like his reactions to these kind of things were great. Like
Yeah, he
they
was
were great.
awesome.
He really was. And yeah, I mean, it was The Bachelor for dogs. And
And
I
the
didn't even
woman
think
was
about.
great too.
Oh,
Catherine in this movie,
yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
was great, but why the hell have the connection, any of that? There's a line later in the movie, like could be the very last line. We'll talk about it that I wrote. It would be the line. Why is there no connect? It's weird. They set up a connection. They have a meet cute when they're talking about the dogs. Oh, why do you want the dogs? Oh, my niece and nephew. I want them to have one each, and I want one, and blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, that's so nice. And he's like, do you have money? And he's like, it's so weird.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of. Well, okay. First of all, he looks way older than the girls that he keeps hitting on. I
Oh, I
mean,
know.
but both of them. Like it was creepy a little bit. Like he looked like there was a part. Like I mean, I think he aged well because he still looks the same. But when you see him next to these women, especially the one later on,
Laura, you talking about Laura, the
yeah,
almost
Courtney Cox kind of like
sex? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But he just looks so like, and it was creepy the way he was like really pushing to like watching her change or whatever.
Oh
Like
my
it was,
god, yes.
it was, but he just
That
looked
was
so
a
old
very
in that
weird
scene.
scene.
It was, but yeah, like he has no game. and so did this woman buy the German Shepherd or she already had one? And, like, wouldn't it probably would have been cheaper just to buy 2 German Shepherd puppies and give it to her nieces than to
Yeah,
go through all
I
this.
I would think so because he gets paid once and then he gets paid again.
Yeah,
So he gets paid just for him doing the
yeah,
first bit.
yeah.
But how about before the montage start, there was a girl, I don't know, it wasn't the poodle, it was some other dog, and him and Jerry Lee both looked down at a lady's chest. And then
Well,
that's where we get the montage to the
you're right,
tune
you're
of
right.
"Ain't Nothing from Nothing, Jesus." Like that's the song for them picking the girl.
Yeah, no, no. Well, in the first movie, when Jerry Lee gets laid for the first time, I think it's Walking on Sunshine. He gets in there. So because literally, I think Jim Belushi leaves him. He goes, "All right, I'll be back. You come back in 5 minutes or whatever," and he leaves Jerry Lee alone, and then he comes running out of and jumps in the car. Like it's he. They do a lot of the similar kind of things, and like I said, you have to watch the first one because a
I
lot
got
of
it.
this will make a lot of this of their interactions will make sense by watching the first movie.
Alright. No, I will.
Yeah, yeah.
They have such a weird relationship, like, just them flossing each other's teeth, well, he's just flossing his. They're, like, grooming each other, petting each other, and then we get, like, we get that really quick because he's getting ready for his big night, and this is where I wrote the guy's name as, like, a fixer, the guy Maurice, and he's, like, very nervous, like, "Is this gonna happen?" It was like, does he have a next breeding to go to? Or it was
Well,
such a
yeah.
weird thing. Like, why is he involved? He's
Well,
not doing
because
anything.
he's the one that brought in the 7 women that came
I
in
know
there.
he did
So
that part of it, but I think Belushi, like, where do you find that? Can you
that's what
Google
I'm
that?
saying. Is it a
Like,
real
is that a thing?
and how do you get that job? Like what and what woman or I guess guy doesn't make a difference. Who's going to bring their pet to someone like that where you're finding first of all, he says he had his papers. I don't think he had any papers. So
Oh no, remember they were crumbled up?
and he had said, yeah, there's coffee stains on it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, I was wondering, like, what did those papers look like? Because he never got papers from
Yeah.
Ed O'Neill. So, like, what? And this guy accepted it, so yeah. I
Well,
mean,
I guess
the
because the
whole
lady was getting sort of a discount. It was like this weird thing. She's like, I don't have a lot of money, but he was smitten with her, which again made no sense to later in the movie. But again, for people to reach out and be like, "Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I want my dog to get pregnant," and so he's like a dog matchmaker.
uh,
Like that's
yeah.
his job.
I said matchmaker, pimp, bachelor, like that. That's all three of those are go along with what happened with this. So yeah,
Yeah.
and this scene when he's trying to have him have sex and Jerry Lee doesn't want to, like he was forcing his dog to like.
Yes.
I mean, imagine that. Like, so he treats Jerry Lee pretty much like a son. Like like he's like flossing him and like they're like best friends. And he was forcing him to do something, and he wasn't like he's not attracted to his own kind. He's not.
Yeah.
Like so, like how awful is that? That he's like forcing Jerry Lee to do something for money. Like it's like pimping out your daughter. It's like
He
pimping
is
out your
pimping.
daughter
Yeah.
to make some money.
Your
That's what he was
dog
doing.
to
Yeah, yeah. And okay, so here's one of my biggest questions.
Okay.
Where did they get the poodle costume?
Oh, dude, weird.
Why?
Right?
Why?
That was
Like,
weird. Again,
okay.
I didn't know the
Right, you don't know
reasoning
the
behind
backstory.
it.
Right.
But
Right.
again, I got like, oh, he likes poodles. But very weird for the owner of the other dog to be like, again, I don't know. How would you take it? Like, oh yeah, you don't want to bang my dog normal. I don't want you.
Yeah, like, are you insulted? Like, my dog's so
Yeah.
ugly that you need but who has a poodle costume for dogs? Like, is that
Dude,
something that
wait,
so okay, wait.
either no, the breeder either has it or maybe
No, I don't think the breeder has
Jerry
it.
Lee owns one.
I think Jerry Lee owns one, and like Jim Belushi, like anytime maybe when Jerry Lee's drunk, he has to throw it on the girl he brings home. He makes her they role play, and he has to put it on the dog and say, "Listen, I can only do it if you're wearing the poodle outfit."
Oh my god.
Because there's no reason. First of all, I've never seen a dog costume that's another dog. Like,
Yeah, I know.
right? I mean, that's weird to begin with. So that's clearly
Well,
a
no, why?
role play.
We dress like other humans for Halloween.
We do, but
So
I've
dogs
never,
should be other dogs. They should go as
I've never.
Scooby.
Well, that I think it's role playing for Jerry Lee. I think it's the only way he can have some kind of action is if they look
Some
like a
girl from
poodle.
female dog, some bitch from the dog park,
It
and
has to be the
he,
poodle, but it
yeah.
has to be a poodle looking. It's what's so weird. And
Oh, you
the
want to
fact,
wear a
like, I
shirt? Here's
was
the only shirt I own.
if you told me what was gonna be behind that door, I would not have come up with that.
I was
I mean, I was thinking
freaking out.
maybe like a bunch of roses, maybe a light, music, or something like that. Like that, I thought like they were gonna do like a romantic kind of thing for the dogs, not a poodle costume on top of a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Oh my god, dude. So she pays him. That's where he gets like his half up front for the breeding. Almost sneezing.
So bless you.
What?
It's just cat like there's no contract or anything. It's just here's half of the cash, and then we'll give you more money
He
later
doesn't have
on.
good papers, so if he had real papers, maybe he gets a contract.
Uh,
But he uses like of the where was it 1,000?
yeah.
He used 100 to put out an ad in the paper. So to do the PI business, and this is where he catches the FBI spying on him as he
Yep.
walks across the street. This is where Jerry Lee bit the tire.
See, that's so things like that. Like no way a dog's doing that. But
Oh,
Jerry
no
Lee,
way.
again in the first movie, he crunches a cue ball. So like
Yeah.
so that's why when I saw that, I'm like, oh, it's typical Jerry Lee. Like and I'm thinking, but I'm also thinking like, all right, he's retiring now, and he can still do that. Like my dog is old now, and she's lost a lot of teeth. So like
Yeah.
and Jerry Lee, dogs lose teeth as they get older. So if he's retiring, he shouldn't have all his teeth that he's able to
Yeah.
rip apart a rubber tire, you know?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
freaking unreal, that dog. So then now we get a little montage of like you said, they made the cops, the FBI agents, kind of like the Keystone Cops, like very
Oh.
silly because then they keep getting caught, and then Dooley comes out, he moons them, and then he gets them wet with the sprinkler, and they try.
He plans it so that, yeah, which, see, now the guy was ready to either punch him or arrest him. He started walking towards him, and he gets soaking wet, and then he leaves. At that point, you're already wet. Why wouldn't you just go ahead and still go
You're
after him?
embarrassed.
You're embarrassed?
That
Okay,
guy's
so what?
embarrassed in
Okay,
cartoons and
so they have to walk
comics.
away? They
You
can't.
gotta leave.
To me, at that point, the worst is already done. There's nothing else he can
Yeah.
do. Let me still go after him. No, what's his name? Kevin Durant's like, no, let's just go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of here. You're wet, man. Embarrassing.
So stupid.
So
Yeah.
now Jerry Lee, we find out that he swallowed that microchip and he needs to poop it out. Dooley, this is where we.
Well, before he
yeah.
does that, he does a lot of farting because it smells really
dude.
bad.
There's a somebody online loves dog movies because just searching for just for this movie, their page is just all animal things, and he had a montage of all the farts.
And I gotta be honest, the farts sounded weird in this movie.
They yeah.
I mean, I at first, when the first time I heard it, I wasn't sure it was a fart. Like it didn't, like I'm surprised you didn't hear the typical like horse fart like we heard with Caddyshack 2 or whatever. Like, yeah, like you want to hear something like that. Like this was like a weird fart noise, but like Jerry Lee was farting up a storm, and I think he was constipated, right?
He was, yeah. Because that's why he brought him, because he was constipated, and then
Yeah.
and then Zoru meet what was her name, Laura, for the first time. She was looking for her missing husband.
Which, again, I thought. Listen, she was good looking, but
Yeah,
her acting was awful. She was like a soap opera actress. Like that's how she was acting. Like it wasn't good.
did you look at anything else she was in?
I did not. She reminded me of Courtney Cox a little bit. Like a
Yeah, no,
younger
I can
Courtney
see
Cox.
that.
Yeah, but no, I didn't look. Was she anything good? I don't. Yeah, actually, did I? I might have looked her up, and I don't think she was in a lot of stuff.
I don't know, let's see. Laura Fields. But yeah, like, so she comes in, she hits the ad that quick. Like, that was who she was able to.
Where was his ad advertising? Like on telephone
In a
poles?
newspaper.
Oh, it wasn't a newspaper. Okay.
No, he spent $100 to put an ad in the paper. And it was funny because he looked at it, remember? He was like, oh, look, the paper. And he smacked it with his
You're right.
finger and then knock, knock, knock. And she was
Yeah.
there. So I was like,
I mean,
oh,
okay. Okay. If you're trying to hire a private investigator and you walk into that house, would you say like, I don't know. I don't know if this guy's gonna be any good. Like
he
he's
should
working,
know it's crooked at that time.
No, he definitely should. Oh yeah, but this is his first case, so he's probably just excited. But I'm just saying, like, if you're hiring a PI, Or is that something like PI just live a slobby life? Like, do you think they
They
like?
usually are, right? They're
I mean,
usually very messy.
and they always show that. Like, I would think a PI,
Yeah.
like, if I'm gonna hire a PA, I want a guy that's like looks sharp. That listen, he knows what he's doing.
Clean
Yeah,
house, doesn't
they
have, like,
always
food
look
laying
dirty. Always
everywhere.
have a dirty office. Like it's yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I had her name wrong. Her name's Kim Huffman. Her character's Laura Fields.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, she was not in much.
yeah.
She was in
Okay.
Rin Tin Tin kind. Whoa! So one of her first acting jobs was Rin Tin Tin K-9 Cop, and then guess what? Years later, she's in K-9 PI. Look at
So
that.
she likes dog movies.
Yeah, she likes dog
Okay,
movies.
okay, all
She's
right.
in there's another season of Handmaid's Tale. She's in this upcoming season.
Yeah.
But yeah, just one episode. But yeah, she's still acting. But yeah, dude, her again, right from the I'm just like, this is weird. He should have done other cases first.
Oh,
He should have done like an Ace Ventura, like solve something.
but no one's hiring him. So what choice does he have?
It's been a day. The ad just hit the paper.
So you think he
I'm
should
just
turn her
saying.
down?
I'm not saying for him to turn. No, I'm talking about the writing of the movie.
Oh,
Give us a case that he's like, he gets something simple like
how long
stolen
do you want the
purse.
movie to be? That we have to do a whole case with him before he
Dude, we
takes
could
his-
have cut out this seven dog sex montage, do it to 3, and then use the other 4 minute spot for something else. He finds like a missing purse or something.
I don't know. I think
His
this
first
movie
case
was
is this intense. My husband disappeared. My fiance, we were planning our wedding, he
well.
disappeared.
There's only two reasons to hire a PI: someone's cheating on someone, or someone's missing. There's no other reason to hire a PI. What else are you hiring a PI for? I mean, in any movie or even in real life, if you were to hire a PI, the first reason you're going to do it is because your wife's cheating on you. Like
Yeah.
that's PI. Or again, if someone's missing. So I don't think he had too many choices. And then not for nothing, I don't think anyone's going to hire him. I mean, I can only imagine. Did we see the ad or no? I don't remember seeing the ad. I can only
No,
imagine.
but he pointed to it. I remember he read it out loud. But how about when she started crying and he couldn't find a tissue or anything or paper towel, anything? He gives her an old shirt. Oh yeah, it's clean.
The running gag that he does like a multi, and he said, "I'm running out of clothes to give you" or something like that. Like I think he makes a comment, but like, okay, if you're crying that you need a tissue and someone gives you a dirty, who knows how long it's been sitting out there? You're gonna put your face in there?
Yeah,
That's gross.
very gross.
So yeah, so
But he
and the
doesn't even
fact
know
that
what to charge too, right?
oh well, yeah.
Because she's like, "How
Well,
much is it?" And he's like,
he-
"100
no, he
an
said
hour plus expenses."
he said it's gonna be a lot. That's the first thing he
Yeah.
said, right?
Yeah. Maybe he didn't want to take it because it seemed pretty intense, maybe a little dangerous. But yeah, 100 an hour plus expenses. I'll provide you the receipts, of course. And then she gives him $1,000, and
Right
he's
up-
like, "Okay,
right up front.
great." But again,
Right up
that's
front.
only 10 hours. This is a hard job, right? You got to think interviewing people, leads. You're gonna run out of that in a day and a half.
Well, what counts for the 10 hours? Is it the 10 hours she gives him the $1,000 and from every hour from 10 hours from there? Or like, does it count? Can he sleep? Do those hours count?
Oh, I think he has to sleep. Yeah, he
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
get. He doesn't get paid to sleep.
Well,
That'd be
how
nice.
does she know that he's doing the work? You just gotta, this is a guy you don't know. How do you know that he's like, literally he could, go away for two days and say, hey, I work for 10 hours. I couldn't find
Yeah,
him.
I guess
I
that's
need another
true, right?
$1,000.
Could you imagine it? And then asking for proof like a moron and be like, "Can you show me proof?" And then they show you a photo or something, or
Yeah.
and be like, "How can I not believe them? I don't know. I'm not a
I mean,
professional snooper. I guess I gotta go with
this
it."
is how lawyers work. So you are putting
Yeah.
your trust in lawyers when they have a container, but still, like, this is a guy that, again, you're finding in the newspaper. Like, who advertises in a newspaper? Usually, like, handyman, the town handyman, like
puppies for
a
sale.
dog,
is usually
dog
one.
walker,
Yeah.
maybe like, like a private detective that's going to cost you $100 an hour. I don't think he's advertising in the paper.
Yeah.
So,
The good ones don't need
So-
that. They have billboards, the good
Yeah.
PIs. Or yeah. So now he's trying to get him. He's still trying to get him to poop. But the grieving woman, how about this? She's crying. The camera zooms in on her boobs. This movie has a lot of zooming in on boobs
There
for
is.
like
I was gonna
what
say,
is sort of a PG movie, right?
there's also a zooming in on his crotch at one point, I think. Like when he was wearing shorts.
Well,
You
the
see
other guy's crotch,
yeah.
Freddie the Fence or whatever that Freddie.
Oh,
What
yeah?
was that
Oh
guy's
my
name?
gosh. Yeah, it was
Frankie the
Frank the Fence.
Fence.
Frankie the Fence. He at first, you know, it's funny, I thought he was who did I think he was? He when they first met him, I thought he was this, was it Ed Harris or I thought, like,
Oh, I guess
I
he
think
kind of could look like him.
but
Yeah.
the first scene with him, I thought it was him, and then I heard him talk, I'm like, no, it's not Frankie." But yeah, no, they did a lot of zooming in on, like, crotches and breasts.
Yeah.
Well,
But then he
maybe they're
finally
bored.
poops because he gives him like that disgusting smoothie where he throws like everything in it.
But
Looks
the
like
fact that
motor oil.
he's hiding some of the stuff he's putting in there, he's like, "Yeah, I'll only give you one," and he's, like, putting a bunch in there, and he,
Yeah.
like I
Trying to
mean,
get him blown
so
out.
was that, like, a real recipe that he had, or is he just mixing things up that, like 'cause he put hot I think he had hot stuff in there, he had,
He put
like, had
hot sauce. Yeah, he
prunes,
put hot sauce. Yeah.
and dogs can't eat raisins 'cause aren't raisins grapes? Like,
Yeah.
dried out grapes,
Yep.
right? Okay, well, dogs can't have grapes 'cause it kills them. So, the
Oh,
fact that he put prunes in there, raisins, I mean, like, you know,
well, he's
yeah,
a super dog, so maybe
that is true.
they
That
can
is true.
withstand grapes in their
That is
belly.
true. That is true. So, alright. But it
But yeah,
worked
so
because
yeah,
he
he
walked
gets it
him.
out.
Well, at first he said I guess he couldn't go because he was poop shy, so he had to, he said, "I'll give you some privacy."
Yeah.
And then he goes.
And we
I
talked about it
literally
before. Yeah.
I was just saying, like, again, literally, Jerry acts like a human. I mean, like, you know, the fact that, you know, he needed privacy to poop, like, even though you can't hear him talking, like, you don't hear, like, a Bruce Willis speaking it through his mind, like, you don't need to. Like, the way Jerry Lee acts and the way that Jim, Belushi is able to make you feel like Jerry Lee is a human and understands everything he's saying, that's what makes it so good. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like, you believe that. Like, he's standing next to a bush, you believe that Jerry Lee needs to be going to the bathroom privately.
Yeah. Yeah.
And man, does he go.
Yeah. And then we find out that Chip is like this. We talked about it a little bit before, but it's like, oh, this is like prototypes that has like technology that 10 years ahead. You could probably sell it for $2 million. And it's like, whoa. So then this is where he sneaks in. He goes to the police station to get information. He finds out about a fire from a few years back that happened at the micro labs. And then he's able to get into his boss's computer, and that's where
Okay.
he finds out how does it lead to the rave again?
Okay. Well, first of all, a couple of things. So first of all, I would assume when a cop retires, they lose access
I would think they
to
make him turn in their badge and gun.
the
So
badge,
I'm
but I
hoping
mean,
they
I
would
would
be.
think they would lose access to any kind of like you wouldn't be able to sign on anymore, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you know, he signs on immediately. And I would assume also a cop's, you know, computer system, whatever, would know it would show someone just signed on or you just last signed on at this time or whatever. Like he had to known he was gonna get caught, you know,
Yeah.
doing that. But I think what happened was he typed in the name of the was it the boyfriend and he found out it wasn't him or something like that, or it was a
Oh
different
no, yeah,
name.
he prints out because he uses the name because he said, "Oh, I need some information, name,
Yeah,
like where to go to school, and then his social security number." And it was like an
yeah,
84-year-old guy that was dead.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
don't forget though, also when he's on the boss's computer, Jerry Lee's standing watch.
Yeah, and
And
a girl walks
and
up. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's kind of weird." Jerry Lee's by himself
yeah,
in the hallway and a door's open.
yeah, right, and Jerry Lee shouldn't have been there anyway.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, "Oh, hi, Jerry Lee." She pets him and walks
Hey, how
away
you
like
been? You
like Jer
stopping by yourself? Oh, you're
like Jerry's
coming
still in the
here?
office. Like, he's a regular in the office. So, I mean, and first of all, okay, so if you're a dog, like, if your partner's a dog, which Jerry Lee's a partner to Jim Belushi, I don't think the dog is with you 24 hours a day, like at the office, sitting in a desk. Like, I don't think like that's like, you know, I think they have to pick up the dog at, you know, wherever the kennel or whatever they
At the
are.
doghouse, where the dog
Yeah.
lives. Yeah.
I mean, the way they make this movie, I'm assuming that Jerry Lee has his own desk, right? Like sitting
Yeah.
across from Jim Belushi. That's what I think.
That'd be great.
But I think that's what happens.
He
'Cause,
has
I
his own
mean,
bowl.
yeah,
Belushi has his cup of coffee.
I think he has his own desk because the woman did not, like you said, did not seem surprised that the retired dog is still in the
Sitting
office.
in front of an open door that's the
And
captain's
Jim
office.
Belushi's not there. So the
Yeah.
dog's there without his Jim Belushi,
Oh,
who's
where's
his owner.
Julie?
Didn't even ask, right? Did
Oh,
she
he's on
ask?
vacation.
Okay, if she asked him a question and he barked and she said, "Oh, okay," and leaving, then every person there understands his language. It's like
That would
Lassie.
be amazing. That'd be awesome.
Oh, did you
So
say he's in Miami? Oh, okay.
alright, great. You wanna hang out later? Oh, cool, I'll pick you up and eat.
So stupid.
Oh my god, dude. And now again, did Jim Belushi write this movie? Because the next scene, he is like a god to a
Oh
bunch
my.
of women high on ecstasy. One girl was like a
Oh,
smoke show, and then the other girl had a boyfriend.
okay. Okay. So first of all, this whole scene to me is extremely weird because the building doesn't look that big, and towards the end of the scene, they're like 100 feet up in the air, 100
Oh, I know.
stairs. But it looked like a warehouse. Like it looked like a little warehouse, and he didn't look like he climbed up all those stairs. Well,
I know.
like he climbed down the stairs, but like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was a weird, and it was like a high, like it was like a high, it was like a vertigo kind of high anxiety kind of staircase. Like where'd that come from? But yeah, like this scene was creepy too because again, that one girl was like all over him, and he's making out with her. Like you know, he wrote this scene. Like, listen, I just want a girl to make out with as I'm in there. You
Yeah.
know, they're all having a rave, and I'm gonna be in there, and yeah, and no one's questioned again that a dog is walking around, and he's not.
No.
You're in a place with people all drugged up everywhere, and you're just gonna let the dog, dog, walk around wherever he wants to go. Like
Yeah,
you're
the
not
dog
nervous.
comes back with like a necklace,
He's
a glow
ridiculous. Like
necklace.
he knows exactly where to go, what to do. Like, I mean, I think it'd be funny if like when the dog like in the first movie, I think is like he might have tackled someone like he's standing on them for duly to arrest them. But like after Jerry Lee like takes someone down, he starts barking at the guy as he's like reading his rights.
Like he's saying them at the same time. I do love the guy that we're looking for. This Billy Cochran.
Oh my gosh.
He has like those yellow lens Oakleys. He's not a
Oh
great bad guy. He seems like almost too
no.
nice to be a bad guy. And
I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I just think he's just like he played the role like a typical druggy dude, you know, kind of guy, you know. Yeah.
then Jerry Lee again, he helps him because we hear the gunshots. Because the guy's like, "Who are you? You a cop?" And he goes, "No, I'm not a cop. I'm a PI." And he shoots at him. And then Jerry Lee, dude, he does a jump through the ducts, the air ducts.
Well, first of all, the fact that he knew to go into air ducts,
That was
and
pretty wild.
then we see him crawling, like
It was
you
a
know,
cool
like
shot, very McClane-ish, like we just talked about it.
I'm telling you, that's Jerry. You have to watch the first movie. The stuff that Jerry Lee does, it's insane.
All right,
So yeah, I mean, and the fact that like, first of all, and also Jim Belushi's a good cop, right? The guy shoots at him, he pisses him off, so he does one shot and knocks the gun out of his hand.
yeah,
One shot, you know, but he was also out of shape. I mean, like you can see, like when he was like breathing heavy because he had to chase this guy down. Which again, the how high they made this, I still don't get it. Like it was
yeah, they're
so
running
weird.
down for so long,
They
and
were.
then when the guy he knocks his gun out of his hand. I wonder,
He shoots
does
it out
that
of his hand.
happen? Oh, he shoots it out of his hand and it falls down the.
Well, I see. I wasn't sure if he got shot in the hand and he dropped it, or he shot the gun and like it dropped him out of his hand, like because he wasn't bleeding or anything. I don't think so. I think he shot the
No, but
gun.
they did a whole show of to make us know, like, oh, this is really high up.
Yeah,
Because how
yeah.
the gun
The
falls,
gun
and you barely
falls
hear
all
it
the way
hit.
down. Yeah,
Yeah,
which
and then I
which
wonder if that
yeah.
how often does that happen?
What?
Like, has a bad guy really done that? The hanging somebody over the edge? Like, I know
Well,
Suge Knight did it.
no, yeah, okay. You see that in movies all the time over the
Yeah.
roof but it looked like an old staircase that banister looked like that banister could break at any moment. Like
Yeah.
the fact that he's leaning over like the end, like I mean, one little slip, you just murdered someone. Like I mean, like,
Yeah.
and they do this again. They do it all the time. Yeah, I'd be curious. I bet you. Well, I bet you like some people that were involved with like maybe the mafia
Oh,
have been at that end, you know, of the stick. But
they
cops,
maybe
if it was a real thing,
wink.
yeah. When I say mafia, you know, I mean, you know, I you know, I'm making that up.
Wait, wink, wink.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, I wonder if like that's that's a good question. I haven't even thought about that. Hanging someone out the window, hanging them, by their ankles, holding them up, and like,
I know.
that was in what was it, Red Heat, or one of the one there? No, that was Tango and
Arnold
Cash.
does it in
No,
Commando.
Tango and Cash. They do
Oh,
it. They were
yeah, yeah,
hanging. They
yeah.
were hanging the guy from. It's in
Brian
every.
James.
Yeah, Brian James. They're
Yeah,
hanging him. And yeah, such a good movie. How they never
yeah.
did a sequel to that one. Oh,
No, that'd have been awesome.
yeah.
So now Dooley and Jerry Lee, they're discussing the evidence over pizza, and he puts the microchip in Jerry Lee's collar. It's a good place to have it. But again, thinking about 2002 computers, it was like the True Green computers. Like it was like the green
Yeah.
lettering, the way he's typing and going
Yeah.
through it. You're like, oh my
But
God, dude.
is that the safest place? You have a dog that's extremely physical with
That's
the
true.
stuff he does. I mean, I have dogs. I've had multiple dogs, and collars have come off. Whether they're wrestling around or it snaps off, and like, I don't know if a dog that jumps through windows, goes through air ducts, runs around chasing bad guys, that's the safest place to put it. And
Yeah.
again, it's a dog that, let's be honest, I mean, it could die at any moment. I mean, the stuff that Jerry Lee does, really, he should have died like 20 times in this movie. So I think he could have found a safer place.
No, I agree.
Okay.
He could have.
All right.
Maybe like, didn't he have another hiding place somewhere else for something later in the movie?
I
Well, he
mean,
had something else in his apartment, but yeah, you're right. That thing falls off, you're screwed. So
yeah.
how about like he looks up the Kevin Wingate, like, and this is where I wrote down like, is Kevin Wingate in mix of like with these chips? Because the girl calls Laura Fields, she calls and says, "Oh, can you help me? I have a flat." And it's like it's very
That
weird. And
that
he
that
goes,
I
yeah, that's where I
no,
knew like this is
yep,
like
yep.
she's putting herself like involved, like she's so rich because she says a line after this when he says like, yeah, your husband, he used a fake name, a dead guy's social, so he probably isn't real. And she's like, money is no object for me. And I'm like, her car was not really nice. It was very weird.
But also, he's a PI. Mean, although I don't know if he put it together. Was so. I have two theories that he was doing with this. So first of all, being a PI, he should have realized that she had no one else to call. She's gonna you hire a PI, and the only person you can think of to help with a flat is the PI
Yeah,
that you just hired.
I
You have
know.
no family, friends that would help you out. That's one. But two, so on his end, is that the point where he started like questioning her because he's
No, because you think he would have like almost like had sex with her if
well
he
well
knew she
yeah
was bad?
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a second. You think that would have stopped him? I don't
I
think
don't
anything.
know.
If he knew that this
If
woman
he thought
murdered,
she was dangerous, you're
okay.
gonna
He
let her
also
be on
told
top?
Jerry Lee that Jerry Lee, did you see her legs? So
I
like,
know, yeah,
I mean,
that's
so
true.
I don't think anything would have stopped him from having sex with her, right? So
Yeah,
I- I think I think part of him questioned, like, because nothing she told him was right. Right, think about that, right? Nothing.
yeah,
First of all, the social security number, you're just going to hand it over to a PI that you found in the newspaper. You're going to
I
hand
know,
someone's
right? That
right.
is true too.
Okay, but that was the wrong number. The name was wrong. There's a lot of things that were happening that I think he was starting to figure it out, but he figured, listen, let me go along with it. I'm still gonna try to have sex with her, and then because I mean, also like he's soaking wet. He gives her a shirt to wear. Why
Oh
didn't he
my
give her pants?
god, dude.
Like he said, I'll give you a shirt. Like now, if
Weird like bowling shirt, right? Was it like a
which still
button
didn't look
up?
that long, but
I
what
know.
what do you say? Like, I'll get you a pair of sweatpants and a shirt. Like, no, I'll just
Yeah.
give you a shirt. Like clearly, like I mean, he was so creepy in this scene. Like, he knew why he was giving her only a shirt. He's standing there
Yeah.
watching her like almost change, or that she was changing. She's changing in this, like, why wouldn't she go in the bathroom and change? Why are you changing in
Yeah.
an open room? It's just so weird. Like, and she like accepted just a shirt. She knew this guy
Yes.
an hour, just for an hour, or an hour meeting. That's it. And you're gonna trust staying at his, first of all, his messy house.
I know.
It's
No towels, no
nothing.
no napkins, no
I mean, the
tissues,
fact that you're
nothing.
using a shirt to blow your nose, that should have given you a sign right there that you're gonna wanna sleep on those sheets. Like,
Yeah.
if his shirts are have snots all over it, what do you think's on his sheets?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she had a dog. She had a poodle. That was the second poodle thing. It was like, "Oh, he's into it."
Well,
She's like,
yeah.
"Oh, my dog's in the car, and I don't hope you don't mind." And, "Oh, no, we don't mind."
Well, that
And
got Jerry Lee all excited. You see,
yes,
like
and what does Dooley say? A very creepy ass line. He says, "Be gentle." Very weird.
that was weird.
How about like I don't know why I mixed the how this got cut into the scene, but right around this time too is when he's having the dog practice the pencil and the cell phone thing,
Oh,
and
no,
his buddy tells him like,
it was after the scene.
"Oh, it was right
No,
after that." Okay.
it was way later on because it happened right before he did the last stakeout or whatever, the last thing. That was later on.
No, it wasn't right before that.
Well, I mean, meaning like it was like a scene or two.
Well,
This
we're
whole
not that far to the end of the movie because after this part is when the
well,
the hookup happens.
you missed the part when he shot the bad guy shot the other guy.
Well, that happens like right at the same time.
I thought it
So
happened
while
before.
they're having like this meet cute at his place, he keeps cutting to different things. One is when her
Okay.
husband, that we find out, well, we kind of know at this point, I think, like, all right, we know this is the bad guy. This has to be the connection. Yeah, he shoots they meet like under a
Okay.
bridge, right?
Under like no one else around. Like first of all,
Yeah.
this guy should have. I mean, he was nervous to begin with, but he thought like he's just gonna walk away. Like he didn't
Yeah.
even run. He didn't like. He knew. I mean, like he was so clueless. I mean, it was clear that this guy was gonna kill him.
Oh
Like
no, this was right after the cell phone thing, because then that's when she shows up at the house. She shows up after he helps her with the tire thing. She doesn't
yes.
come there. The shirt is because she's not able to get into her own house. He changed the locks.
Oh, the shirt was in the car part.
Yeah,
R-
she wasn't wet because of that. He just helped her with the tire then. This is when
Okay,
all
you're
the
right. You're right.
locks are
You're right. Okay,
changed.
you're right. You're right. And that's
So
when
then
his house was
that's why
raised.
he comes, and that's why he yep.
So okay, so the shooting, no, the shooting happens first because that's when the guy
Yeah.
goes to his house, ransacks his house, and then the girl comes over. Okay, all right, so we're a
Yeah.
little out of order.
But the
Okay,
shooting is bad. The guy, "Hey, it's okay, man. We're fine. You're good." And then he starts walking, and you can just tell because you can't see the guy, but he
oh,
gets off the motorcycle, and it's like,
but like he says, Are you sure?" Yeah, like 4 times. Like he had it
I
rears,
know.
so he knew.
We're good? I'd
Yeah,
be running.
yeah, 100. That's what I'm saying. He didn't like run. Like you're in. He wanted to meet in the most secluded area. That should have been a. If you're gonna meet with a crazy guy, like a main guy, and like he's questioning your, first of all, why did he even tell him?
Yeah.
Like what? Why? Like he didn't have to tell him that he met with Dooley. Why? Why tell him? It would never. It would probably never get back to him. That he
Yeah, I
like.
know. Yeah, it's
So
cop.
that.
I didn't say anything about you. Nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't say
I don't know. I don't know what you're
nothing.
talking about. Yeah.
So how about when another? This is where it gets a little really weird. I know we did cover some weird stuff already, but how about when Jerry Lee, like when he takes off the dog's collar,
It's
the equivalent of the bra? Is that the dog bra?
100%. That was exactly what they're doing. I mean,
Very weird, dude. And then he
yeah.
gave her a bone. He gave her a bone.
What kind of bone?
Euphemism.
So,
I'm like,
okay, so how many days? So, is this like one day after he had sex with the other dog?
no, probably like I would say 3 days because they met in the rain the night before. So he probably met her the first time. The next day was the rain, changed his tire. Third day was her getting locked out. So yeah, 3 days ago he boned the other
But,
dog. Yeah,
but meanwhile, this is the only scene you see the dog. You don't see the dog the rest of the movie.
the poodle. Oh yeah, we don't see it yet.
Like this is like the big thing from the first movie. Like he finally got another, and he ends up going to the dog he doesn't find attractive. So
Yeah, that is
like,
true.
it almost would have been funny if, like at the end of the movie, the dog, like
The
as
dog
they're
is on
walking
the
away,
poodle?
they had to put the poodle costume back on.
That'd be really funny, dude.
Like if okay, fine. If I'm gonna stay with you, you got to wear the poodle costume.
You gotta wear the poodle. How about the girl when when he's flirting with Laura? This is when he thinks he's gonna like maybe
it
gonna
was
get
it
some.
was
Hey,
cringe.
do you want
It
any
was a
snacks or anything? She goes, "Do you have any raisins?" "Oh yeah, sure." And
okay,
he
okay.
takes him out of the raisin brand.
Okay. Which I thought that was pretty funny. That
It
was funny.
very funny.
But
yes.
I mean, how random. You have a girl at your house. Do you have raisins? First of all,
yeah.
what single guy is gonna have raisins at his house? I don't think any single guys.
Why? I buy raisins. Raisins are good.
You're gonna have raisins at your house? You have raisins at your house right now?
Yes.
You
I
have
love them. Kids love them.
you eat them randomly?
Yeah, why not? They're a good snack.
I don't think a bachelor guy is wearing. If you're a bachelor out there, I want to know if you're
You gotta
buying
have
raisins.
potato chips.
You have potato chip
Hostess
soda,
snack
yes,
cake.
and pretzels and popcorn. That's what you have. You're not having raisins. So I mean, listen, he didn't have raisins. He had Raisin Bran. Big
This is
difference.
amazing.
So yeah.
And then it got very gross, right? Dude, when she fed him the grape,
Oh my gosh.
the raisin, that was insane. Because it was like they're not good raisins in Raisin Bran. They're not huge raisins. They're like this tiny one, and like
I actually
shoving it into
prefer
his mouth.
them than regular raisins.
Wow.
Like
look at you.
I don't like raisins, but I like Raisin Bran and I like Raisinets.
Oh, okay. You like the sun 2 scoops? With the cool sun with the sunglasses?
I just don't like regular raisins. They're like,
Okay.
and you probably like the yellow raisins too.
Oh, no, I don't like yellow raisins.
Don't they taste the same?
I don't know. I never buy them.
Okay.
I see them. You know, there's some things I'm like,
So how do you wait?
raisins, I'm going with one
So you
raisin.
never had it? So how do you know you don't like it? You just don't like the look of it?
No, I'm just saying I never tried it. I'm
Right.
never
Yeah, but you said you don't like it.
I
lied.
just want the raisins that I know and love.
I know,
don't
but
want to
you-
try a new raisin.
What if they're better
What if I
raisins?
take the yellow raisin for a test spin? I
Yeah.
like the yellow raisin, then it changes.
then you leave the other.
I'm a new guy.
What if you mix them? Now you got.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Okay, here's the question: How come
Getting
Raisin
crazy
Bran?
at 38?
How come Raisin Bran doesn't have yellow raisins? There must be a reason.
They should, because maybe it looks like pee.
I don't think that's
Yellow's a weird color.
why. I don't think that's why. I don't think that's why. The brand is yellow.
The sun's like I'm
That's-
the only yellow thing around here.
How do they make yellow raisins? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Too much about raisins. All right.
Yellow grapes, I would think. They would have to be yellow grapes.
What yellow grapes are out there? There's no yellow grapes.
I don't know.
Wait, you
You
don't
think
know
they're
if there's
coloring
yellow
them?
grapes or not? What?
Do you think they're coloring them?
No, I think there's red grapes and there's green grapes. There's no yellow grapes.
Yellow grapes, they're a thing, dude. Oh, you know what they call yellow grapes? No joke. I just Googled it. Green grapes. They say yellow grapes.
Okay.
Yellow
then
seedless grapes.
Guess what? They're not yellow. So why do they
I
call
know.
it yellow if they also call them green grapes? Are they yellow green
That's
grapes?
weird. Yeah,
That
because it
is-
says cotton candy grapes. That's not
I've
yellow.
had those. Those are awesome. Cotton
Very
candy
good.
grapes are great. Yeah.
I'm in my
Yellow
freezer
grapes.
right now. But yeah, they're not yellow. That's green.
You freeze your grapes too? I used to do that when I was younger.
No, we bought them frozen.
Oh, really?
But we have frozen them, but there were these ones
Oh.
that we saw for cotton candy.
No, I used
They were
to
good.
use them like a sucking candy. I would throw the grapes in the freezer and then just eat them like that. Yeah.
Oh, you had them, but you mock me for having raisins? Single guy, you're sucking on grapes?
Wait a second.
Other bachelors can have raisins?
Wait, you don't think the average person would have grapes over raisins?
God, really?
Yes. No.
That sequels only. Let us know.
Okay,
Are you
first
a
of
grape
all,
family? Are you a
first of all,
raisin
I can't
family?
stand the little raisin box. Okay, that box
Oh,
is
I don't like,
obnoxious.
that's a waste, dude.
Okay,
and
okay, well,
it's sticky.
Okay, right, it is, and they stick together. First of all, the whole raisin thing is just so gross. There's no way. There's no way. If you took a poll of or all our listeners, I would bet you 90% pick grapes over raisins.
Wow. Okay. At sequels only. I'll put a poll up on YouTube or all of them, and we'll be able to figure out.
People like Seth Green and what's the other guy's name? They eat
You
raisins.
always pick the wrong person.
I know that.
Seth Green's a good guy.
He is. Who's the other guy? Jamie
You're
Kennedy.
thinking of Jamie Kennedy.
Okay, Jamie Kennedy. Well, they look the same, don't they?
No, one is a redhead who's short, and the
All
other
right.
one's kind of like
Seth
taller.
Green is from Austin Powers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I like him. The other guy I can't stand, and he eats raisins.
He eats
So,
raisins. He's a raisin guy.
Well, he's not working, so he's sitting home eating. He has the box of raisins with him, and he's just
Saddam
picking at it.
Hussein, big raisin fan.
I'm sure he is.
Well, he was. He's
Okay. Jay Moore, raisin fan.
Jay Moore.
The guy stopped talking to me. I was talking to him. We were supposed to get him on the podcast. He gave us a
I know,
cell
but
phone.
if you really think about his timeline of his life, he was going through a really
He was,
rough drug.
but now
thing,
he does. I've reached out to him multiple times. He's read it, but he doesn't respond. Back in the day,
Like,
he
dude,
responded all the time.
I know he had his assistant. We had it all
Yeah, he did.
scheduled, and then he
We had him.
flaked.
So that's why I think he eats raisins. He's a raisin guy.
that's what you said. diss someone, you just say, "Yeah, you might.
See?
It looks like a raisin guy." What'd you say? That'd be like the new like McFly chicken.
That's funny.
Hey, honey, he probably eats raisins. That son of a bitch. But how about the fact that she's feeding him
Oh, I know.
in that scene? Those are, and then it's about to be like she seems like so mad. I wrote because at this point, like I knew maybe it was like 50-50 that it could be her involved. But I wrote, man, she must be really mad at her ex. Oh, I think the next scene is when I really knew
I
when
thought
she
the
gets
flat
caught
tire.
snooping.
Yeah, well, obviously, but the flat tire,
No,
I
now
did,
looking back, that makes a lot of
yeah.
sense.
But
But
okay, one more thing
yeah,
about the raisins. So on this podcast, we've talked about like what's like tough looking food. You know, what's
well,
what?
that's not.
Okay, so
It's
if
like a little
you're
ball sack.
okay, but you're a villain in a movie, and you're eating grapes, you know, one at a time. You're pulling it off the vine. You're eating the grapes, or you take the little box, you eat a little raisin. You take a box, you eat a little raisin. Which one is tougher? Which one do you think the villain's
I
gonna
don't know.
eat?
Grapes not that tough either.
If you're comparing the two of them, ripping it off the vine and
Ugh.
or
Oh, that's
taking the
so
whole thing,
hard.
or
Ugh.
taking the whole vine, pulling it out like a Fred Flintstone, you're pulling the whole thing out and there's no more grapes on the vine, that's tough.
Whoa.
Or taking the little baby box,
And you have
you
to
take a
scoop
little
your
raisin
finger
out.
in the box, and then
Oh
you
my
can't get them
gosh.
all. Some are like stuck for life.
There's
You can't get her
no
off.
villain eating raisins. That's all I gotta say.
No, that's true.
Okay. All right,
Heroes
fine.
only eat raisins.
That's
Heroes.
all right. So but I mean that
So
this is
you
definitely
felt already at this point she's definitely in it, right?
well, I just felt like why there's something fishy about her. Why is he the only one that she called for the fire tire?
Yeah, that
So
was definitely like the first
that
red flag. But I think when she was about to hook up with him, I was like, man, she must be so mad at her ex. And then in the next scene is when he
she was
pops
playing
back
him.
in
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's snooping.
Well, that's when he definitely knew. I mean, without a
And then
doubt.
she's
But
like, "Oh, I'm leaving now."
yeah,
Yeah, I think we're fine. And then at that same point, when he like sees her leave, is when Dooley gets taken into the police station because they talk about Billy Cochran's death because he was like the last one to see him.
and again, they're giving him a hard time at first. You know,
They the
it's
whole
always
time.
it's always that angry captain. And you know what's funny? A lot of the movies, like these kind of movies, it's always a black captain. Like you
Yeah,
think it's like the angry black guy, black captain that just yelling. You got Beverly Hills Cop, same thing. Lethal, oh, Lethal Weapon. No, Lethal Weapon. It was what's his name?
no
It
lethal
was
weapon.
Pantalone, right? It was Joe Pantalone.
No,
What's his name?
Lethal Weapon, Joey Pants. No, Lethal Weapon. One of the captains is what's his
Oh,
name from
the guy with the white
Halloween 3.
the guy with the white hair.
Yeah, the guy who's
Yeah, yeah,
banging
yeah,
all the
yeah,
girls in
yeah,
all
yeah.
those
You're right.
horror
You're right.
movies.
You're
Night
right.
of the
Okay.
Yeah, I forget his name, but
All right.
should know his name. But yeah, remember he's banging all the girls in
Yeah, yeah,
Halloween 3.
yeah. You're right. You're right. Oh
He
my
leaves
gosh.
his wife, his ex, like they're on the outs with the son to go like bang a 20-something-year-old girl. Oh yeah, I'll help you find your dad.
What a creeper.
Brings a six pack where she's trying to figure out why her dad's like face. Remember his like face exploded, or the people killed him in his room.
Oh my
That was
god.
the whole
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
nuts.
All right.
So now
All
this
right.
is where Dooley's going to meet with an informant. He goes to meet with Frankie the Fence, which
Well, we forgot when the other guy met with Frankie the Fence.
I definitely missed this. I walked out of the room because I remember
okay.
they mentioned Frankie the Fence, and then that's
Okay.
where I walked
Okay.
out. So who meets with him? The bad guy, right?
The guy with the motorcycle, the guy that shoots the
Okay,
other guy. Yeah, he met with him early on. So and he kind of gave him like this is your last chance kind of thing or something.
Oh,
You know.
to Frankie.
Yeah. So yeah. So now he's meeting Frankie the Fence at a public again. Such a great thing that Dooley does, like Jim Belushi, like it's the way he does it. I think he does it in the first movie also. It's the same thing like Axel Foley does. You sit at a
Yeah.
table with someone eating, you know, and you kind of bombard them, so like they're surprised that you know what's going on right now.
At least in
So
Beverly Hills Cop, you see other people reacting behind.
there's
Here,
no
no
reaction.
one's
Yeah,
reacting
no one.
to
Well, and
to
the
a
fact that
man getting. There's a
sh-
dog in a restaurant, and he's biting a man's nuts, and the guy's like,
and he does that in the well. First of all, his face almost looked like he enjoyed it a little bit. Like he had some of the facial expressions he was doing. Jerry Lee does do that in the first movie too.
"Wow, they're doing a lot of callbacks."
They are. So, but yeah, I mean, and like, so do you think he had the meatballs, or do you think he had the hot dog and meatballs? Like, what do you think he
Oh,
was?
all of it. That's a big
You think-
snout. That's a snout, dude. He's taking it
Okay.
all in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So do you
yeah.
think, like, he was giving pain, or do you think his fear was like, all right, like, he was more afraid of what this dog is gonna rip off, or do you think he was, like, squeezing and he was in pain?
I think he was in pain. I
Okay.
think he was really biting it.
Okay.
He had some like serious looks on his face until he like, okay, he kind of gave in, and then I was like,
Okay.
okay, let me be able to. I'm gonna sell this microchip. He's like, oh, okay, how much? And he's like 2 million. And I was like 2 million. And they say, well, I'll walk. And he's like, no, 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 it's the prototype. All right. He's like, you tell your guy to bring the other three. Then you're like a weird like, okay, yeah, we'll meet him at and it's always and I wrote down like it's always funny whenever these people want to meet for deals, always the shadiest places, right?
Always shady, and you always gotta go alone. Like, you
Oh
know
yeah.
that you're going alone, you know they're not alone, right?
Oh,
It's just it's
always. Which is
every
shocking
single time.
that in
I
this
know,
movie he
I
is
know.
alone because he
See,
killed all the people he works with.
and like, how would he know if Dooley brought backup surrounding the place? I mean, like,
I
you know,
exactly I know.
I mean, they never. It's always come alone. Like, yeah, I know.
And Frankie the Fence wasn't there to be on his side. Like no one was with this guy,
Yeah, yeah.
which I think was super bizarre. Like when we find out
No,
like
well, his wife
what
was.
happens, she wasn't like with him at that
No, I
time.
think she was. I think she
So
was.
you think this whole time that
Yes,
like
yes,
all of it? So she murdered him
she did.
for
And
no
I
reason? I thought it was he was trying to like cut her out.
Well, I yeah, but I think they were working together the whole time. He
Ah,
wasn't
okay.
missing because they knew they were missing that piece. They knew that he had it, and so she had to get. How else did she hear about it? About
Well, she could
the
have been following him.
How would he know that? How would she know that the dog
That
was
Dooley
involved in?
would be able to. She might know that. Oh, Dooley is
I think I
gonna meet
think
with Frankie the Fence.
I think
She
they were
probably
all.
still has some intel, but the fact that she was able to come up and shoot him
Yeah. Well, I think she just double crossed him. But she probably didn't like him. Maybe he was, but I think they were working together up to that point.
because
Like
she
she
said
like
he got sloppy, which is
yeah,
the things he was saying to the other guys,
that's what
like
I'm
you're
saying.
being
Yeah,
sloppy, I'm gonna kill you.
correct.
But his line when he goes, my boss is gonna come alone, you have to come alone, and he goes, no, he's gonna be in the car, no dog, no deal. And where they meet is really creepy, like a foundry. It almost reminds me of, like, for a movie that's a comedy, it has one of the best endings, dude. Mo Money.
Oh,
That
oh yeah,
fight scene in that
yeah,
movie,
yeah. No,
like
it's great.
them fighting and like landing like the gravel, and you see the
Yeah.
dude, great
So
movie.
see now
Great bad guy.
you know what would be funny in this movie if they said, all right, he'll meet, but he's meeting the dog. The dog's doing the deal.
That would be like if you really did like a scary movie version of this movie, you would have the dog
Oh,
be the
100%. Like
main character doing
100%.
most of the speaking with like a rookie cop. That would
Yeah.
be a great
No.
movie.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. But
Let's
yeah.
write that
So I
down.
mean, we did kind of. I mean, you talked about it. We did skip over the fact about the telephone thing. So but
Oh my god,
yeah,
dude.
I know we have to. But I mean, so like you knew that was going to come in play at some point.
No, well, he says it
Um,
before he goes, so you're like, oh, this is gonna be
no, no, no,
something.
no.
But but the
Yeah, but
fact
I'm
that he
saying
doesn't like Velcro it down or tape it down, the fact that he just leaves it in something, the dog doesn't have thumbs,
uh,
so the dog has to like reach into something.
But like I said, he's training his dog because he knows he's probably going to be in trouble. He's going to need backup.
Yeah,
So why not plan on, hey, stay on the phone, call the backup beforehand, and leave it on. And when
yeah.
you hear him bark, or how about park 2 blocks away? Like, I mean, like, you got to stay at the station. Like, yes, he said come alone, so I'll come alone, but just park 2 blocks away. He's not going to know that you're
Yeah.
2 blocks away, so you can
I
come right
know.
there. Like,
I know.
like they in these movies, they never think they have backup just a couple of blocks away, so they're not seen. The only time they do that is in Lethal Weapon when Riggs is with a sniper in the desert,
Oh
and
yeah.
they drop him off. Like that's the smart way to do it. Like right, like you have your backup, but you are coming alone. So
So Dooley at this point is he's trying to reach Laura because he's trying to call her. Like this one just before he goes in, he's trying to call her. He keeps going to voicemail, and that's where I wrote like, does he not know she's in on it at this point? Like he's calling her. It seems that like to really reach her. Like why would he even be trying to call her? And then you know what's so dumb? He had the dog trained with a pencil, right? But in this scenario, it's a pen. Again, I know it's the same thing, but why not be the exact same thing
How about train him with his nose?
or something?
But he's
Like,
got a nose. Why can't he poke it like the
yeah.
numbers? You know, get a bigger cell phone with numbers that he can use. You know, yeah. Like I
And then
said, a
again,
walkie talkie would have been perfect.
oh yeah, just nuzzle a button.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. It
yeah,
was so stupid, dude. And then
yeah.
now he goes inside. He gets caught. What's name is a gun? Obviously, Charles. When he calls him Chucky is really funny. But he goes, "You're not. That's not your social security number." And he goes, "What does it matter?" And he goes, "It does matter to the IRS. Your ex-wife, Blockbuster Video."
Does Blockbuster Video have your social security number?
No, are you fucking kidding me? Do you imagine being in a line, like going to a new video store for the first time, and there's like people all around talking, and they're like, "Oh yeah, can I have your social so you can rent Joy Luck Club?" Like,
Joy and Luck Club. That's the first thing that came to your
so
mind.
I would Seinfeld because that's in that Seinfeld episode,
Okay, yeah,
right?
yeah, okay.
Because he needs to watch a different movie, but one of the movies that they mentioned,
Oh
I
my
think in the store
gosh,
was Joy Luck
that's
Club.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
I read something that is the weirdest Seinfeld episode ever. Like that
really?
scenario. Think about it. What is he doing in that scenario? I know there's other ones that are weird situations, but George needs to watch a movie because he doesn't want to read a book. So he follows a guy. He steals the guy's address to go to his house, not to say, "Hey, are you done with it so I can watch it?" To say, "I'm gonna watch it with you guys." Very weird, and be creepy with the
Well,
with a
they
young
let
daughter.
and they let him stay. I mean,
I know
that's
that
even
was weird.
creepier. So, yeah, I mean,
Dude, and the fact that he explains it to his wife is the funniest.
oh,
This is a man named George.
and the fact that he's like taking their popcorn and like he's just
Oh,
like
I know, dude.
like the most obnoxious guest possible. Like he's just
And I think he calls him by whatever his first name was, the guy. Says it really short. But
oh,
maybe the guy's name's like, I forget what it was, but instead of saying Jerry, he'd say Jer. He'd say a little more butter? And then that's the guy that kicks him out. Oh God. So Jerry Lee's trying to use the phone at this point because the first gunshot happens. He gets it like stuck in between the door, which is like,
I mean, like I said, he does some crazy stuff in this movie. This one was just so over the top. It's like,
yeah,
I was like, if I hated this movie, this is the scene where I would have really hated the movie, right?
yeah.
Like, but I mean, again, I kind of bypassed it. It's a silly movie. It's fine, but this was just so ridiculous. This whole
But at the
part.
other side, I know that's so stupid. I hated that part of it. But at the other side, it's so great. Again, kind of thing we talked about before we started recording. Like, I love when people talk crap when they're like
Oh yeah. Oh,
captive. And the fact
you
that
know
he's
what?
like, "Oh, okay, Chucky," and he goes, "Oh, Chucky, you don't like that? Oh, when you were a kid, they were talking about the murderous doll." Like,
Well, that like that, and again, that's why we like McClane. That's why we like Riggs. Like all three of
yeah,
them are very similar. If when they're like even Riggs, he's chained up. He talks smack. I mean, like all these guys, like the toughest good guys always talk smack when they're chained up because they're not afraid. You know.
yeah.
So I mean, Belushi had a chance to run when the guy was upstairs and come down. Like I mean, the guy has
I
a
know.
gun.
When
Yeah,
he's turning around the stairs,
yeah,
just run,
yes.
dude.
He
It's a very
literally
dark
took his eyes off
warehouse.
Belushi and turned his whole body to walk. Like, yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I also think a lot of his movies, like, if this is real life, you, I don't think bad guys leave good guys alive too long. Like, I mean, like at this point, he if he was planning on killing him, he would have killed him already.
yeah.
Especially, I mean, like, it just seemed like, especially when he gives him the thing.
You
So
would think, like, in the newspaper, it'd be like, a 39-year-old male escapes bad guy, his gun jammed, or the
told
timer
him
went
or
off.
he goes told him the entire plan of what he was doing.
So he's
And
able
the
to
guy
get
got
out
arrested
with
the next
5
day.
seconds to spare. So this is where he's about to get, like, shot. The gun's to his head. Again, for a PG-type movie, pretty
Yeah,
intense. Gun
yeah.
to his head. Like, he goes, "What do you need with me? You have the chip?" He goes, "Nothing." And he puts the gun to his head, and you're like, "Oh my God, dude." And then he gets shot, and you're thinking, like, who could it be? Maybe, like, it could be, like, Bennett
Yep.
and the other guy. Like, no, Laura is
What
the
if it was Jerry
mastermind, I'm telling
Lee?
you. With a gun, like on SNL, right? Didn't the dog get a gun in a sketch?
I mean, listen, if he could dial a phone, why can't he shoot a gun?
Oh, I'm sure
That's
he can,
just,
yeah. Oh
or
God, it'd
like
be
throw a
amazing.
grenade. Like like somehow pull the pin out and toss a grenade or something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
He has a little knife.
yeah.
Uh, but I do love, like, the one thing again, he might have already been on to her, but the fact that he kept calling her was kinda weird, and then he does the cop thing, I think, like, he doesn't wanna be wrong, but when she starts taking off the gloves, then you're like, "Oh, okay, she's obviously bad because why would she be wearing gloves if she's just but again, is any of that real? Like, the whole scenario she painted?
I again, they don't I don't know. I
He
still
didn't
think
check
they
too far into it, right? Did he
no.
check to see if there was divorce paper or, like, any of that stuff or
Well,
nothing?
why did he have access at his house? Because when he had his own computer at his house also that he was using.
Oh,
When he
why? Oh, I don't know how he had access.
like, there's no
Probably
way he
they
should have
didn't delete his login yet.
that's no.
I know, it's so
They didn't change
stupid.
his password yet. So, yeah, so you're still using the same old password.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it was funny, the thing you talked about earlier happens again, like, so now we get a cool, like, run their chase scene sort of it's not, like, the coolest because in she's not the best. If it was, like, somebody that could do like, what's her
The other
name
guy,
that's in
if the
Ballad?
other guy I
Oh,
think if
no,
the other
if it was him, yeah. But I'm
I
saying as a female, like,
yeah,
she does karate, she's doing flips, she's actually doing stuff. It
yeah.
was just like a weird chase scene because he stopped running. She shows back up out of nowhere. Dooley, gets saved by Jerry Lee, and when she runs out of bullets, it's kinda like we talked about earlier when they held the guy over at the club, Doyle or whatever that guy's name was. She leans back on the railing when she's out of the bullets, and she almost dies. She almost falls to her death.
I thought she was gonna die. I didn't think they were gonna
I
save
thought
her.
so too, but I'm like, this is a PG movie, so
But
she's
then
not gonna die.
then I told my wife, I go, "You watch, Jerry Lee is gonna be like Jim Belushi is gonna be falling in, and now Jerry Lee's
Yep.
pulling both of them up." That's what I thought was gonna happen. Like Jim Belushi's gonna start sliding down, and then yeah, but yeah, I mean, like to me again, she's shooting this guy. She's probably never shot a gun before. She's not a killer. She's not
Well,
like
she
she,
made the shot from that far away. She can
which is
hit that shot,
ridiculous.
but not when he's 10 feet away.
Right, right. I guess to having her to be the ultimate, I could understand if she was in on it and then he killed her, her husband.
Oh,
That would have made more sense. Like he met with the woman, you know,
thanks
because
for
oh yeah,
getting him here, honey.
something like that, right? And then he
Yeah.
killed her. Fine. And then now the ending bad guy. But I guess the same thing is he wouldn't have saved the guy. Like him saving her with Dooley. It to me it fell flat of the villain. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
No, that makes sense. But, yeah, Jerry Lee saves them all, and I love that she's, like, she gets arrested. She's, like, trash talking Dooley.
Yeah.
And that's when I wrote, like, man, he should have boned her. Like, could you imagine
Wait.
that? Like, if he did sleep with her and
Yeah.
then she's doing that, and they could have been like, hey, if this wasn't PG, that would have been the scene probably like, hey, you
No, of
slept with
course.
me. She's like, oh, I'm so sick of you. And he's like, yeah, that's what I do to women.
Well, at least he's honest.
Yes. And then that's when you get the line from all the buddies. Hey, so Dooley, are you retired now? And then his captain goes, your pension's on my desk. Is that how that works?
That
He's in
fast.
possession of your pension?
Yeah. And it just sits there the whole time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you're good
And
now. You can take it.
so she's arrested. What happens to her dog?
Well, we haven't seen it. Oh yeah, and he's dead. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Into the
so
kennel.
no one's taking
Yeah.
literally like that's it. That's it. They left the dog behind and never heard it from again. Like it was a big
Yeah.
scene with the dog. I mean, like yeah.
There was
All
a
right.
lot of missing callback jokes that I'm guessing it's on the cutting room floor. Like when the dog was before he actually was able to dial the phone, he ripped through the seat, the entire
Yeah.
seat.
He's done it.
When they were leaving the scene, they were kind of like, he was like, oh man, what were you doing? You were waiting for me to get shot. You came in at the last minute to save me. You couldn't save me earlier. At that time, that would have been great when they sit in the car, him like hit his butt on the ground,
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah.
No,
No,
the
no.
next thing we see, they're driving and everything's fine. This is where he's getting to meet the puppies. He meets his
Right, right, right.
kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Says, Jerry
And
Lee, you're dad.
he meets his I guess soon to be wife, and
No, that's what I mean. I don't think that's happening.
I think
That
so.
should dude, the line was she says a line that is perfect setup for him to say a line, roll credits. She says, I promised you the pick of the litter. His line
Yeah.
should have said, and I want to pick you. Boom, end the movie.
Okay, they're together, and Jerry Lee is stuck with the dog he doesn't find attractive.
Um,
That's it. I still think it should have ended with the dog walking in the park with the poodle outfit on. That would have been funny. So,
no, that was good, man. And then they should have kissed or something, but that's it. That was K-9,
yep,
PI, Jamie.
yep.
It's been a while that I think I'm gonna get a yes here, but would
Yeah,
you recommend someone to watch this movie?
you know what? It's a I think it's a fun family movie. I think Jim Belushi. If you, I would say watch the first one first, right? Because there's a couple of throwbacks to the first movie. I mean, you'll love the interaction between him and Dooley, and I think that it will adds to this. So I think if you're gonna watch this, watch that one first. But it's entertaining enough. Listen, it's a dog movie. I mean, you throw any dog movie on, I mean, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
If you're a dog person, it's a good family movie. It's funny. And I think it's definitely worth watching. Sure.
cool.
But
No,
watch the
I
first one
agree. And
first.
again,
I would say
I
watch the
went
first.
in blind. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I wish I would have because they were still funny jokes. Because to me, it's like, all right, the poodle is
Yeah, yeah.
what
But you
the
would
dog bit
understand
is
more.
of the
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful dog, like the blonde
Well,
woman.
so it's funny is you probably saw those scenes so differently than I did. Like I knew exactly why they did it. You're like, what a freak. Like he needs a poodle
Yeah.
outfit. Like, so yeah.
I was saying again, that's like the attractive dog, how that works. But yeah. So
All right.
so yeah, dude, K-9 Peanut PI.
Okay.
And now we're gonna cover a genre we haven't covered too much, right?
Wait. No.
But
Sorry. I'm calling a hall pass.
okay, yeah, I like it.
So, you know what? I haven't done a hall pass all year. Did you hear the music?
No, I heard it.
So
A Hitchcock help us?
so I had a couple movies I was going to choose from. I haven't done my hall pass yet. I have two of them this year. So I figured, you know what? There was one I was leaning towards, but then I'm like, this is a movie, you know what? It's gonna be fall time soon, getting closer to Halloween. But like, the birds are gonna be flying south. So
Wow.
we're gonna cover The Birds 2. Because I
Wow.
also
Tippi
figured
Hedren's back.
we're probably never gonna get anyone from that movie. Because
Yeah.
I've tried and 90% of the cast is dead. So in the movie and in real life. So I think we're gonna do Birds 2 for my whole pass.
Cool. That was somebody that I don't think we ever got him because I emailed the wrong Rick Rosenthal. Because I emailed like a Rick Rosenthal on, I think it was on LinkedIn. He listed director. So I'm like, oh, Halloween 2? Oh, that's cool. Nope. It was a different guy, but that's awesome, dude,
Okay.
because that's the same guy that directed Halloween 2
Okay.
is this movie. Nice. Dude,
So I didn't want to tell you.
James,
I wanted to
perfect.
give
I
you a
love
little
it.
surprise. So I
I
wanted
love
to give
it.
yeah.
Yeah, James Naughton's in this movie, so no, that'll be a lot of fun. So
Now
yeah, that's
it
it.
might be hard to so I wanted to see if I could
Uh,
find it first before I did it. So I found it on one of my sites,
oh,
so you got to do some research because it's probably
so
not easy.
we're gonna tell the listeners that you watch a movie, but it's on Tubi. What do you mean? It's
Is
on
it?
Tubi.
I looked on Tubi. I didn't find it, but maybe you find it.
Oh no, boy, I hate when they do that on Google. You
It
search
said
Google
it.
and it says
I
on Tubi.
As soon as I came home, I put on Tubi to look for it, and it wasn't there. But that's what I know. I saw the same thing. So, but our listeners are good. They're creative. They can find it.
Yeah, or I'm sure there's a lot of clips on YouTube
Yeah,
that you'd be able to check it out. Oh
yeah,
man, dude, that'll be a lot of fun.
yeah. And I
That was
figured
a
it'd be
good swerve.
yeah,
That was a good
yeah.
M Night Shyamalan twist.
I tried. I tried. I mean, like I said, you did two already. I haven't done one, so I'm like, you know what? The year's almost over. We're getting out of summer.
Let it go. Oh yeah.
I got to get one in there. I was gonna do another one, something else that's completely different than this. But I'll save it for a rainy day.
All right.
The other
A
one,
rainy day. Oh,
yeah,
a rainy movie?
maybe.
Cool. So that'll be fine. So yeah, Birds 2. Sure you can find it somewhere to rent for a few bucks. And there's definitely some clips on YouTube. I haven't seen the full movie yet. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah. So that's your homework. And don't forget to review, rate, share our podcast. Follow us on all social media at Sequels Only. It's where you check out our website, sequelsonly.com. Good night.
Good night.